I went ahead and colored in the things that we did on the Lego. So we had a face, we made the fillet stuff, we extruded the back, and if we carefully zoom in, and move this around, what you see in this blue is that chamfer part, which is this guy. Alright, let's go home. Let's try to make another blueprint, but this time with more preciseness. So we go back, we go to new, no click, no click, no click, now click. So click here. And that stuff is still like before. So we're going to go to base. It's going to bring the front view. By the way, front, top, bottom, left, right, back. These four that say ISO, those are your 3D views. So like if I pick this one, notice how it picks it at an angle, okay? I'm going to go ahead and usually 3D views are at the top of the page. So I'm going to put that. And see how I'm kind of stuck here? So whenever you're doing your blueprint, it's best just to go with the front view. You can always do a 3D view later, but let's just escape. And let's delete this one. Delete. I know. So we could go back to base. So just as a habit, start with front. Start with the front view, and you'll always know where you are. So you kind of want that on the middle of the page. And here we go. And maybe that one. And that one. Let's see, will it ever do the back? It's got my 3D view. Well, I got those. Let's right click, create. Okay, these are kind of small. So I can, with this middle one, I can right click, edit view, and I can change the scale to 2 to 1, or 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 5, 10. 10 is huge. We'll just start with 2. 2 to 1, let's see how that looks. We'll go, okay. Everything blew up except for this ISO view, so let's just fix this one too. So right click, I'm always looking for these dots, by the way. Edit view. And we'll make this 2 to 1 also. Now, since this is a 3D view, I really do like to have it shaded. And okay. Alright, now everything's crowded, so you can move them around. So let's move this. And this one. And this one. And this guy. Let's see if it'll move us. So we can move things around until it makes sense. Notice, because this is front view is the first thing we did, it'll control where everything else goes also. So notice how wherever this goes, the other ones go too. Which is a quicker way to move things around when you have to. So I'll move it here, move it there. Okay, here's some practice on dimensions. So we're going back to annotate. We're going to go to dimension. Now you've already done the work, so all it's going to do is pull the numbers out from what you drew. Pay close attention to what changes color. If it turned red, that's the exact thing it's going to measure. So if I click on it and pull it out, this is saying that the dimension's automatic. Don't mess with this, because if you type anything here, it'll change the number, and then it won't be accurate anymore. So just leave it alone, click OK. Number's very, very tiny, but it's there. So we can keep going. And notice I'm looking for the red line. If I look for a dot, it won't do it right away. See how it turned blue? Because it's waiting for something else to happen. So let's say I click on this dot. Notice what it did. It took the dimension from dot to dot. So pay close attention on what you're doing in dimension of. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here just to show you. Click OK. So, red line will do a straight dimension, or it can do dimension from dot to dot. If you pick a circle, it'll do that. Let's zoom in and see what it says. Do 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 do. All right. See this funny symbol with the line through it? If you're in geometry, you should know. Actually, you should already know. What does it mean if there's a line through a circle? If you see something like this, this means the diameter. So let's do this again. Let's say I got this. See how it's doing that symbol again? So it's clicking the diameter of this circle. Because I drew all circles the same, all of these numbers should be the same. Now let's say I do something else. Let's say, because I'm still in dimension, this is blue. Let's kind of move this around so I can show you something else. I shall move. Why you no move? Okay. Hand moves. Okay. Remember the whole dot thing? Let's go from a dot to a circle and see what happens. Dot, circle, circle, dot. Okay. Escape. So I had to pick a dot from the outside, a dot on the inside. Alright kids, what's this now? Here's your clue. This is half of that. You remember now? Starts with letter R. Radius! So from dot of an edge to the dot in the circle will give you the radius. If you click just on the outside, and if you notice, now I see this tiny circle with these little bitty two arrows. That means the diameter. So this is diameter, that's radius. If you click on something here, notice the little bitty circle. Notice it does not go all the way. So what's your guess? Diameter or radius? Ooh, here's something else. This R means radius. So this number is telling you the radius of this curve, or in geometry terms, this arc. It's going to tell you the radius of this arc, and this will tell you the radius of a circle. So when you're clicking on stuff like this, be prepared. I went from a dot to a dot. Now it's giving me a space. So, diameter, radius, radius of an arc, and just a space between there and there. So if you're not in geometry, You're going to be using it, so you're either working ahead or reinforcing what you already know. Let us go and zoom all. So, as you're doing this, and you're pulling out dimensions, keep track of what you're doing, and pull out what you need. Don't change it, just click OK.